happen last session either. It's been a while. So let's look here. Maybe get some music going here. I wonder if it's still broken after 2 months. Last session, we left off with you guys camping out in the middle of the woods on your way to the capital city of Cairn. You guys took your watches. At some point, I think it was Eric, heard some choking noises coming from Owain's tent, and in a big kerfuffle and commotion, everybody managed to wake up and see that Owain was being attacked by some sort of unseeable entity. And after a very long and dragged out struggle, you guys managed to defeat whatever this thing was. It left nothing behind. Everyone had their suspicions about what it could be. And during the fight, some serious blows were taken. Philia was knocked unconscious for a moment, being revived by a potion from Owain. Technically maybe dead for a couple seconds. And Cinder was also beaten unconscious during this fight. But at the bitter end, you guys managed to scrape your way through it, and it was at that point that you guys decided to roll out in the middle of the night, pretty much. You wanted to get to Cairn as fast as you guys could at this point. So without much time for rest or relaxation, you guys continued on your way to Cairn. A decent amount of hours outside of the city, you guys found yourselves at one of the few checkpoints along the road from Farhelm to Cairn. It's the 12's Gate Inn, where you met a old innkeep woman named Yarel, and you purchased some items from her, and Cinder kind of sucked up to her a little bit, and she asked Cinder to take care of a task for her, which eventually led to you guys meeting Haberk, a young man who was employed by Uriel, and when I say employed in quotes, who was supposedly stealing money from Uriel, and Cinder and Gustav were going to take care of it. Long story short, Cinder and Gustav get off to kind of a rough start with this kid, but eventually see that he's not so bad. He has been pilfering a couple coins, and Uriel is the person that might not be trusted here. And after a short confrontation between Uriel and Gustav and some coin exchanging hands, you guys found yourselves with a new companion, Haberk, and were the word is escaping me. You were determined to finish your route to Cairn and get there in the morning. With a heavily wounded Owain in the back, you guys had loaded up your cart with some new goods. You guys had most of you had partaken in a few drinks here or there, especially Owain, and you had Haberk and Owain in tow in the cart, and I believe we're about to set off towards Cairn. So we'll kind of pick up there. You guys are outside the 12's Gate Inn. You've just had your little confrontation with Uriel. Haberk had talked to Teak and Owain and Eric and Philia at the cart, and Gustav and Cinder are just now returning to set off with you guys for roughly another 6 hours worth of traveling to Cairn. Sound about right to everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. So here you are. Cinder and Gustav, you two have just returned to the cart. You see Hobbrick is there, kind of chit-chatting with everybody. As you're approaching, you see Owain is kind of being a little emotive with his gestures and stuff like that as he's talking to the kid. They were having a small conversation, just kind of getting to know each other during the last session. But now you guys are back. What would you all like to do?
What time is it?
It is very late or very early in the morning, whichever you prefer, I suppose. So I think, if I remember correctly, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning at something like that at this point. You guys were kind of you were shaken up a bit by your encounter and had decided to get some short rest in and then kind of make your way to Cairn instead of rest for the rest of the night.
Okay.
So you're tired. It's late / early. But you don't have too much longer to go.
Who was in charge of the horses, like leading the carriage and stuff?
It was Eric was
Did
driving
give
the cart.
back her balls?
Yes, I think last time you all had given your stuff back to Uriel. It had all been collected, and every time you guys went in there, she said, make sure to keep Eric out, 'cause she doesn't like him, and all that stuff.
We're right. We're ready to go then?
I guess so.
Yeah, you can see Hobbrick's like a little bit nervous, but he's kind of settled in on the back of the cart and just gives a nod. I believe at this point it was... I mean, I guess it's now you're setting back on the road, so you can kind of do whatever you want, but Eric was driving the cart, and Gustav was like looking after one of the horses, kind of chasing it down the road.
I'm gonna approach Hobbrick.
Alright. Yeah, you see him, he's like a little nervous, but he's kind of got his feet dangling off the back of the cart, sitting there.
You look nervous there. You alright?
Well, you know, it's never really left this place too much. First time out in the world and all.
Well, we're heading to Cairn.
Nerve-wracking. Yes. Yeah, you are. It's what your friend said. Said as we was heading to Cairn.
Have you been
Would
there
they give me a
before?
lift? Not that I remember.
Well, it's a big city out there, and it's waiting for you. And just between you and me, you got Gustav to thank for that, so don't forget it.
Oh no, I swear, I haven't forgotten nothing. I appreciate it very much, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, well, he probably won't tell you himself, but he spent quite a bit out of his own pocket to get you out. Much more than what I was willing to go. So,
What you mean?
you owe that man. And then I just give him a tap on the shoulder.
Oh wait, hold on. How much is it?
Don't worry about that. I'm sure he's not going to take anything from you anyway. Just, if there's anything that he needs in future, maybe you can keep in mind that he looked out for you at some point.
Rye entered channel.
Yeah, he kind of sternly nods at you and he's like, alright then. Sure. I'll do whatever I can to help. Don't think it's too much, but do my best.
Attaboy. Anyway, chin up, eh? And I just go and head to one of the horses, I guess.
Alright. It's Ray back.
Indeed I am.
That's too bad.
Yeah, sorry. Not this time. Didn't keep me out for the count.
Damn. With Gustav, were you going to say something?
Nope.
Oh. Well, yeah. I guess then, Cinder has this little conversation with Haberk, and you guys set off back on the road towards Cairn. Anybody doing anything along the way, looking for anything, reading books or anything interesting? Or are you guys just kind of chilling?
I can continue to train Pip.
Oh boy. What are you trying to train Pip this time? Trying to continue the same thing, right?
Trying to continue the same thing. Whatever allows him to, like, open doors and do that stuff for me. Forgot
Okay.
that it was animal handling.
Yes. Make me an animal handling check.
Poor Pip, being enslaved.
Look at all these animal handling checks.
Oof, mummy.
Yeah, so, you kind of spend some of your time in the back. You have Pip out, and, you've got some mock little latches for him to look at or something, or, like, the latches on the cart. You're trying to show him how to undo them and use them. And every once in a while, you just kind of hear, like, a chuckle come out of, Wayne as he's like looking over his shoulder, kind of watching you play around with this duck. It's amused. Is anyone doing anything else?
I am chilling with the horses.
Driving a cart, eh?
Yup.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Do we all have a horse each, or was it like we had a cart and some people had
It
horses?
was 2 horses with the cart, and then 2 separate horses.
Yes.
So you have 4 horses total.
And Teak was on one of the horses unless something changed.
No, I don't think anything changed. You were
Cool.
You're still on your horse.
Yeah, at least if the graffiti was to be believed, Teak was on top of a horse.
Yeah.
So
And
Teak's
then-
just on the horse.
All right. You're on the horse, trucking along. And then freaking Philly's in the back training Pip. Her fingers hurting after her... Well, her hand, I guess, is hurting after her encounter. And Gustav, are you like riding the horse now, or are you still just kind of walking along, shooing the horse down the road?
I'll probably try to ride it, but if it's still spooked to me, then I'll just do the shepherding thing. Unless Cinder wanted the other horse.
I mean, I don't mind getting in the cart, to be honest.
Okay.
Alright, roll me another animal handling check. Their new stuff. Yeah, I think you're probably kind of stuck shepherding it along. You know, you've gotten it into a better place where it's not necessarily scared of you now, it's just kind of trotting along, but still is not going to let you ride it.
Fair.
Okay.
While
Yes.
I'm in the cart, I did buy some, like, 6 doses of numbing herbs or something.
Yes. Your pain numbing herbs.
Right. Actually, scrap that because I don't have anything else to do with it.
Okay. What a freak.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you guys continue along the road, and everybody's kind of doing their own thing or like sleeping, trying to rest up. And after a few hours, you guys can start to see through the kind of wetland trees. They're kind of thinning out as you go down this marshy road. And off in the distance, you start to be able to see these large kind of stone towers pointed up in the sky. And so at this point, you know, you're seeing the rough outline of the capital of Cairn. And you know you're getting somewhat close at this point. But you're not quite there yet. And as you continue, you know, it gets a little bit harder to make your way through the environment. Like, you see the cart is slowing down a little bit, and everything's getting just like a little bit boggier as you move on, but nonetheless, in time, eventually you guys find yourselves approaching this massive city. And the scale of it doesn't really dawn upon you guys until you get closer and closer to it. And you can see, like, it almost looks like some of the land is corroded around it, and there's just these waters surrounding most sides of it. It's almost like it's become its own little island at this point. And off to the northern side, you can see there's this large body of water that stretches for miles. And on the right side, you can see it's almost as if it's a natural moat around this place. There's a river that runs through the outside of the city underneath a section of the city, and you can see built on top of that gap is another part of the city, almost like a bridge, but it's an extending bridge. So you can see that there's parts of the city with foundations going into the water that are built on top of this little section in the river. And it's a long city, quite large, and it kind of starts low down to the ground with a wall, and as it continues on farther and farther to the eastern side of the city, you can see it kind of almost like starts sloping up. Like, you can see in the center there's these large towers, stone towers, just kind of peeking up into the sky. And it's quite a sight to behold. Ships kind of sailing in and out of the city, and you can see it's pretty busy place. And after a good, probably hour or so of being able to kind of view the city from afar in these kind of open marshlands, you guys find yourselves at the gates of Cairn. As you get closer and closer, you can see what may once have been a grand, magnificent city is a little bit run down. There's some moss covering the walls, and things look a little deteriorated. But nonetheless, there are plenty of people manning the walls and the gates and all those sorts of things. And every once in a while, Gustav and Cinder, you catch a glimpse of some familiar-looking soldiers donning the purple and gold crest of the royalty of Cairn. And as you guys finally make your way up to the gates, there's a bit of a queue at this point as they're sifting through people's carts, making sure that there's no contraband and things like that. So you guys have kind of settled up and found yourselves in this queue to go through with the carts.
So we're like a few carts back from the gate.
Yeah,
then?
you're probably like 6 or 7 carts back from the gate. And you can see it's kind of just the basic run-of-the-mill large city thing, trying to make sure nobody's bringing anything into the city that shouldn't be there and things like that.
We gonna be alright here, Wayne?
Philia's gonna put on her disguise real quick.
Alright. Are you just cleaning yourself up like normal, or are you doing something specific?
Wear the backpack to hide the beehive, wear the dress and thingy stuff to hide the wings.
Alright. Yeah, Wayne kind of turns around while he's inside the cart. You know, he's leaning on some sacks of potatoes and stuff, and he's like, "We should be fine. We have nothing of issue in this cart."
That's good.
None of you are carrying anything suspicious, correct?
Define suspicious.
There are things that they may find unsavory.
Is my suitcase fine here?
I mean, your suitcase is somewhere with you, yeah.
No, as in, like, is it fine? Is alchemy okay in the city?
I don't know. Are you familiar with Cairn?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, as far as you know, it wasn't very welcome in Farhelm, but there was a large Church of the New Dawn presence in Farhelm. So, yeah, you're not really too sure.
Is alchemy allowed in this city? He's gonna whisper.
You're whispering this to Owain?
Yeah.
It's more of a gray area. It's not so much allowed, but it is not as hated as it is in Farhelm. The New Dawn are the ones that mostly bring the hatred for alchemy and its many benefits.
Okay.
But I wouldn't go throwing potions or other things around like that. Bring attention to yourself.
Eric's gonna open up his like little alchemy kit and be like, and then like throw some clothes on it, like maybe, or like potatoes.
Sure. You try and throw some stuff on it. Why don't you make me a? Isn't there a conceal in this game? What the fuck is the skill? I think it's looped in with something else. I think I think concealing stuff is looped in with sleight of hand. Why don't you make me a sleight of hand check?
Woo!
Nice. You're doing great. You got a couple pair of socks on there. It's looking fine.
Wayne's really judging me, like, what the fuck? And Eric's like, perfect.
My father hates me, my new adopted father. Alright, so yeah, you guys kind of prepare yourselves. Eric covers up some of his alchemy stuff, and I guess the rest of you just sit there like a couple of jokers. And eventually you guys find yourselves at this gate, and you can see, there's one kind of normal stationary guard, and then off to the side is a man with his hands behind his back that is wearing the getup that you, Gustav, and Cinder are familiar with. He's got kind of flowing tabardy robe that's purple, and in the center he's got this large golden crest, and he's got a hood up over his head with a helmet on. And, I don't know if any of you know anything about Cairn, but at least Cinder and Gustav would recognize that as the royal crest and one of the royal guards. And as you guys pull up in the cart, pretty standard, the guard walks up to you and he has like a ledger in his hand. And since you're driving the cart, Eric, he looks to you, kind of peeking over, looking in the back. Quite a band of people you have here. Anything
Eric
to
will
claim? Anything out of the ordinary? Anything we should know about? Any plants or herbs or anything that could disrupt the fragile environment of Cairn?
Eric will shake his head. Don't think so.
Anything else suspicious?
Do I
He's
hear
gonna let-
this conversation?
Yeah, you're there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've got something here. I don't know if it's what you're looking for or not, but I just show him the 6 doses of the numbing herbs that I bought from What's-Her-Face.
Alright. Yeah, he kind of looks it over, picks it up real quick, shows it, he holds it up, and it looks like the kind of royal guard guy looks at it and just nods. He's like, looks good to me. Hands it back to you.
Give me a little nod.
Anything from anyone in the back there we need to know about?
Eric will
No, just more of the same. I have a duck, though, if you want to say hi.
That's quite alright. Do you mind if I just have a look in the back here?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, and he kind of walks around. You can see he's inspecting the cart as he goes. And he sees, young Haberk and Owain and Philia on the back. Seen those sacks there? Look like potato sacks. You can see Owain kind of just nods and he's like, that is exactly what they are. Potatoes. I farmed them myself. And he kind of leans forward and with one hand kind of whips one of the sacks around and pulls one out and shows it to the guy. Oh, quite lovely. All right. Well, it looks like the lot of you are good to go. Enjoy your stay in Cairn.
Thank you very much. And Eric will just start the cart. Vroom, vroom!
All right. Yeah, you kick the cart into first gear and make your way through the large lumbering gates of Cairn. And it's at this point, you know, you're inside the city and you really start to get a feel for just the sheer size of this place. You know, you've made your way into the front gate, but the towers are still off in the distance. Look like they could maybe be a mile or so away still. And you're just looking at this kind of long stretch of city, and it's interesting because it's kind of built in to the landscape around it. So it's on this kind of little island at this point, and the walls kind of flow openly into the northern part of this island where there's a large port and you can see plenty of ships docking and going in and out and things like that. It's very busy and bustling. And the swamplands and the grass and the moss kind of creeps through the stones on the floor of the city, but for the most part, the entire thing's made out of stone, and it's pretty large and luxurious. But interesting enough for such a large city, doesn't seem like there's that many people here. It's definitely not an empty city by any means, but it's not as packed with as many people as even a place like Farhelm, at least per square foot or something like that. Like, you don't see as many people crowding the streets. There may be more people here because it's a larger city, but it's not as densely packed. The other big thing that's a lot different than something like Farhelm is just how spread out the city is. Not a lot of the city is built up. It's really built out. And as you guys look down, you can see it's just this long stretch, and it kind of branches out on either side of the towers off in the distance. And it looks like it stretches beyond it too, but that's really the only part that finds itself kind of stretching up into the sky, is these towers built behind kind of cascading walls. But yeah, you guys are now officially in the capital city of Cairn. You find yourselves, once you make your way through, there's kind of some signage, and you are currently in the Gatehouse district. And you can see to the north there's a large section of just piers, and just looks like there's warehouses and the piers and boats going in everywhere. And in front of you there's some larger buildings, and you can see there's like a military training ground and things like that, not too far away from where you guys are. What would you like to do?
Maybe I go to Ewain and... Alright, so what do you reckon? We get straight into it then?
I reckon that's what I will do at least.
Alright, that sounds pretty good. Maybe a quick visit to those warehouses over there might lead to something. Seems like the kind of place that Robin would hang out.
Yes, it seems like a good idea. If there was a place they'd go, it's either there or Old Cairn. They're looking to catch a ride out of the city. make your way to the port district, Eric.
Alright, will do.
So you guys find yourselves still on your horses and cart, kind of traveling through these large streets of Cairn, through the Gatehouse district to the north, towards the port district. And eventually you find yourselves in this kind of bustling area of Cairn, and you can see, like, there's lots of people here. Fishermen, trade goods, all this stuff going in and out of the port. And these warehouses, some of them, you get up to them and they're just reek of fish and not the most pleasant smells in the world and everything like that. But they're pretty much just in there processing fish and all these other things that are being brought back on the boat. Some of the warehouses are loading goods and sorting them all, and you can see there's exchanging of goods, exchanging of money, people coming in and docking their ships there. There's a lot going on. And I think, after you guys kind of make your way there, Owain pipes up. I am feeling a little worn out, but I'd like to look at first. Cinder, this is not my sort of expertise to talk to these people. Would you do me the favor of trying to find any sort of information that you could about either Robin or Susanna?
All right then.
I'm afraid I'm not too familiar with the seedier side of the world.
Well, given our circumstances, I will take that as a compliment. And, Gustav, what do you say we go, a little searching?
Right, sounds good.
You need teak help?
Well, if you could mind the horse here, that'd be great.
But teak can smell.
If you need to take teak, I can watch the horses. I have no problems with that.
Alright then.
And anyways, someone needs to watch our new friend Haberk here. Don't let an old man like me slow you down.
Righto.
So yeah, kind of gives you guys the nod, and I guess it's just the three of you, Teak, Cinder, and Gustav. You make your way off into the heart of the port district. Philia, Eric, you guys just kind of chilling out, or what?
Where's the library?
You wouldn't quite know yet. I mean, you could always ask Wayne.
We're trying to find his daughter, ask him for the library. Doesn't seem like the best thing to do. Wait, did we have a long rest?
Definitely not. In fact, you all will have been... fuck. It's been so long since we played this game, I don't remember all the fucking shit. There's something before exhaustion in this game.
Fatigued?
Yeah, where's the fatigue thing? How's it fucking work again? Oh yeah, you're all fatigued at this point. A fatigued character can neither run nor charge and takes a -2 penalty to strength and dexterity. Doing anything that would normally cause fatigue causes the fatigued character to become exhausted. After 8 hours of complete rest, fatigued characters are no longer fatigued. So you are all currently fatigued. So you can neither run nor charge, and you take a -2 penalty to strength and dex. Because you've all been awake for a very long time with very short amount of sleep.
I wonder if that's a condition that you can set in Roll20. Automatically does.
It is.
Oh, it is? Where?
Where is it?
Oh shit.
You go to conditions in the top left under character sheet, and then you can select a number of them. One of them is fatigued. It's in the middle of the second column.
Oh, damn.
Rain Man strikes again. So, Eric and Philia, what's it gonna be? You just gonna sit in silence with Owain and Haberg?
We're in the port town, right? So
You're in the port district currently, yes.
I'm gonna chit chat with them. Not sure about what.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna talk to him about? Better figure it out.
I'll probably ask Havrik what's his plans now that he's in a city.
Oh. He kind of... he's like twiddling his thumbs a bit. Looks down. Not really too sure, to be honest. Think I might, well, I knows how to run a tavern. Maybe I could get a job as another tavern hand at first. Then make a bit of coin. You know what I mean?
Alright, when we go find somewhere to stay, we'll look for a job for you.
Oh, well, thank you. You don't need to do that, you know. In fact, maybe I should just take off right now.
Alone in the city? Nah, it'd be best if you just stay with us for now. I'm sure we'll head over soon.
You sure?
Eric will nod.
Alright. I'll wait here. You know, so I owe you. Don't want to do anything rude.
It's just more safe that way.
Yeah, you're alright. You're alright. Cities can be a dangerous place. That's what Urel always said. Although, suppose she want me think that, so I never left. What you think?
Depends on what you do.
In what way?
If you do dangerous things, everything's dangerous.
What if you don't do dangerous things in the city?
You'll be fine. And Eric will smile.
Alright. Well, maybe this will be great. He gets a little excited. Stops twiddling his thumbs.
It will be. You're right.
Teak, Cinder, Gustav. You guys are kind of making your way into the port district, and as you guys are making your way through, every once in a while you see there's a couple posters with familiar faces on them, and you can see, at one point you remember Owain mentioning something about having some missing stuff go up, and you see a couple posters every so often of Robert and Susanna. Jesus, I blanked on her name for a second. It's been that long. Robert and Susanna, or at least people to their likeness, and it's like missing. We'll give a reward if found, and all that stuff. But what are you guys doing? What's your plan?
Well, when Teak sees one of the posters, if it looks like Robert and Susanna, she's gonna tear it and keep it.
Damn, that's cold-blooded. You don't want people to see the posters. It's fucked up.
No, she just wants to have them.
I know. Yeah, so you see like one of the posters and you kind of grab them and hold on to them. That way, if you need to show anybody who you're looking for. Yeah. So, I mean, kind of like I said before, it's just this large open pier with warehouses, reeks of fish and other goods, and there's, some unsavory looking people about. Sailors and the sort.
Alright, Gustav, how are we gonna go about this?
Well, I take. What are you taking that for?
Teak. She just looks down at the photo and she goes, Teak just want it.
Well,
In case Teak not, so Teak can show people.
well, I think that's a good way to start. Ask around, see if anyone's seen them.
Right. Before we get to that first, though, was there anything that you can remember if, Robin said anything to you about any contacts you may have had here?
What can?
Right.
I mean, might have mentioned something, but I wasn't there for most of the last few conversations.
Right. Well, the way I see it, there's two ways we can go about this. We can either come at it from the bounty hunter's perspective, or we can come at it as we being friends of him. Maybe that'll lead us to him. I don't know which one you want to take, though.
Teak is friends of them.
Well, Teak, we may not be friends with him afterwards.
Why? What mean not friends with them anymore?
Well, I just looked at Gustav.
It's kind of complicated, Teak. Well, we can cross that bridge when we come to it, but in the meantime, I think it might just be simpler to take the bounty hunter route. It's an easy story. We've seen the posters, right? Start asking around.
Alright. Well, in that case, we need somebody to keep an eye out. Make sure we make this known, make it loud, and if you see anyone scamper off all of a sudden, that's the person we follow.
Think you can do that, Teak?
Teak nods after a moment's hesitation. So Teak stay still and watch?
Right, exactly. Basically, we're gonna go into that tavern over there. We're gonna make it nice and loud, noisy. Make it known that we're here with a mission. And you watch for anyone suspicious that leaves suddenly. Anyone that's at a table, that's minding their own business and overhears something, suddenly leaving or anything like that.
Then Teak kill them?
No kill. Pick up their scent and then we can follow him.
Teak nods.
Right, but just don't follow him without us, alright?
So, how Teak tell you to follow?
That's a good question. I suppose we should come out after a bit. Then I imagine a few people might have left the tavern. Might lose their trail by then.
Right. Well, maybe. Jeez, I don't know then. I guess just
Teak can yell.
maybe whistle or something. Can you do that? Like a bird?
Oh, Teak can, and Teak begins to imitate birds, probably very well, considering when you first met her, she was singing with birds. So,
All right.
Alright, I'll let you do most of the talking in there, Cinder. I might hang by the door. Hopefully I'll be able to hear the bird song Teak here.
All right. Good idea.
Alright.
Alright. So you guys are heading into the nearest tavern that you find?
Yeah, Cinder and I and Teak will hang back.
Alright. So, you guys find yourselves in the Port District, walking into the Annoying Fowl. And you can see, like, as you guys are approaching this place, there's a good amount of people going in and out of this place. And, like, different to most kind of inns and taverns, it's a lot of, like, people going in and out. So they get a lot of turnaround on their customer base, and it's like a lot of seedier people, you know, sailors and probably a couple pirates and stuff in there, you know. Your standard kind of port folk. And as you guys walk through the swinging doors of the tavern, you get a nice humid burst of salty air that comes out the door. And inside you can see it's pretty dimly lit. Not a lot of windows in this place. Mostly lit by candlelight. Jesus Christ. My God, stroke. Lit by candlelight. And, you know, there's like chains and all sorts of other like weird fishing utensils and tools and stuff just kind of decorating the place. And it's you know, a little bit more of a rougher joint. You know, the place is kind of run down and beat up, and there's just kind of like a must over everything because it's right off the ocean, and it's got that kind of feel. And you can see at the bar there's like a large what you would assume to be half orc man. I mean, this guy's big enough that he looks like he could be a full orc. That's this big burly guy, and he's got like a black kind of mohawk. It's not super long or anything, but it's shaved on the sides, and just this long black beard and these big old tusks coming out the side. And you can see he's got, you know, a tattoo sleeve going down his right arm. He's got like deep green skin, and this tattoo's just like this bright popping blue color. And it almost looks like it's like this kind of crazy ocean flowing water tattoo. He's got the look. Yeah. You guys find yourselves in the annoying foul.
Sorry, and this guy's manning the bar?
Yes. Well, as much as anyone can man the bar. I mean, you see, as you look around, there's people like whatever that fucking game is where you stab the knife in between your fingers and see how far you can go. I can't remember the name of it all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
How fast you can go. And like people drinking, people dancing, people singing. There's a piano in there. It's a pretty lively joint. In fact, lively enough that I should probably mix up the jams. And to not a super appropriate song for the jams we mixed up.
So Teak was waiting outside, right? Or by the door?
Yes.
Alright. Cinder just stops at the door for a second, looks around, breathes in the air, takes a breath, and heads over to the bar. The big half-orc dude.
Alright. So yeah, you kind of stroll on through the bar, and you can see like off to the side there's a little like bar brawl going on, and some chaos and different things taking place. And eventually you make your way up to this bar, and it looks like the dude's having like a conversation with someone, giving out a hearty chuckle, having a good time. And you know, as you approach the bar, he kind of doesn't pay much attention to you.
I put is Gustav with me as well?
Are you walking with him up to the bar, Gustav?
I'm not going up to the bar. I am in the tavern and I'm keeping an eye on Cinder, but I'm hanging near the door so that I can hear Teak.
Okay.
Alright.
I put a gold coin on the bar.
A gold coin, eh?
And if there is a stool, I will take a stool. If not, I will just lean against the bar and wait.
Alright. So you pull up a stool, place one gold down on the table, and like the guy's kind of ignoring you. And then after you put the gold down on the table, you see his ears kind of twitch, and it perks up, and like without moving his head, he's got his head to the side, his left eye kind of whips around, and you can see out of the corner of his eye he's looking in your direction. And as he turns towards you, you can see his right eye is kind of just like a scarred up hole, like it's scarred over, big old gash mark, and there's nothing really left there. And he looks at you and just lets out a big old kind of grunt. And like as he does, you can feel the hot breath come out of his mouth and blow into your face, kind of. Don't recognize you around here.
Oh, well, that's because I'm new in town.
Is that so?
Aye. I was hoping to get some of your whatever that is in that bottle there.
I only got one thing in here, and that's mead.
Well, that's what I'll have then.
Good. And how much you want?
Well, how much is that gonna get me?
I'll get you a small cask.
A small cask, huh? And how much will it be to get everyone in here in the bar one of those meads?
He turns his head, looks at you with his good eye. He grabs you by the shirt and pulls you close. What exactly are you trying to do?
I'm trying to make a few friends here, that's all. Like I said, I'm new in town.
Kind of squints for a second. I mean, Gustav, you can see this. Tensions look pretty high. And then after like a couple seconds, he gets a big grin on his face. And he kind of looks around the bar. A lot of people in here right now. 10 gold. Buys every one of them a maid.
I take out 12 gold and slam it on the counter. The extra 2's for you.
What's your name?
Cinder.
Lets go of your shirt. And like, you can kind of feel like he was holding you up a bit. You kind of fall back in your seat a hair. And picks up the gold pieces, puts one in between his teeth and bites down on it. Ladies and gentlemen, your new friend here, Cinder, just bought everyone around. Come and get it. And people start cheering. They're like, yeah! Woo! Like, what? Do you see a couple guys off in the corner that are fucking in the middle of a fight? They just, like, holding each other's shirts and they stop. The one guy, like, punches the other guy once and then just gets up and starts walking over. Everyone starts to get lively and starts crowding the bar. And at this point, you can see this large orc man has just started lining up the bar with these mugs and takes, like, a big old cask of mead, jams it onto his tusk to open it up, and then just starts pouring mead wildly all over these mugs. And people are getting crazy.
I say to the half-orc, you mind if I address the bar?
Do what you like.
Alright. I turn around and what do I have here? I don't have anything. Alright. I just kinda jump up onto the nearest table that looks like whatever. That's not the bar.
So one of the tables in the bar, you jump on top of it. People are still going crazy. You know, people are kind of singing and dancing around you and stuff, and you jump up on this table.
Friends! As the good bar fellow over there mentioned, I new in town and would like to make some new friends.
Whoops. Sorry, let me fix that.
And raise one of the mugs that I have in my hand. Let this be a token of our new friendship.
Yeah! Cinder!
I thought as my first order of business here in this fine city of yours, I'd like to go after that bounty of those people out there posted all over the walls.
You see people start like looking around. They're like slightly confused, but like after a second, there's like, yeah, bounty.
Does anybody have any information they'd like to share with me?
This one guy in the back is just kind of like, which one?
The one with the woman and the fellow.
The young woman and the fellow? Or that old geezer and the young woman?
The young woman and the fellow.
People are just like kind of looking around at each other. They're just like,
Did like what was on that
they just look
poster?
a little confused.
Like was there names on the poster or there's no names?
They probably have their names on it. I don't know. Did you look at the poster?
Alright, I didn't. Teak looked at the poster.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you don't have the fucking poster.
So I'll just say, I hear that they go by the name of Susanna and Robin.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Haven't seen them though.
What?
He's telling you that he saw that poster, but he hasn't seen them.
Oh, right. Alright, well, if anyone has any information, I'll be here for the next little while. And hop down off the table, go back to the bar.
Yeah, you hop down, there's like, yeah! Free mead!
Did Teak see anyone in this ruckus? Did anyone try to sneak out of the tavern or leave?
Why don't you roll me a perception check, and Fisty... roll me a diplomacy check, and also just roll me a straight 1d20.
Jesus. Okay, I'll do diplomacy first.
Okay. Teak. There's like people that are coming and going from the tavern fairly often. You don't really see anyone coming out after there's like, you hear kind of a ruckus stir up in there. But after free mead gets handed out, no one's coming out for a little bit. It's like actually there's a bit of a gap. Like there's people that still keep going in every so often, but not a lot of people coming out.
Okay, and none look like they're trying to like rush off or anything like that.
Nah.
Cool, thank you.
Cinder, people seem to like you. They seem to like that you bought them around.
Okay.
Eventually, like a couple drunkards come up to you and they're just like, I haven't quite seen either of those people. But if I did, I would help you because I like you, Cinder. You're a good fellow.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
So yeah, buy everybody around, have a good time. A couple people come talk to you after you buy them some rounds. But, as far as it goes, the bar life seems to be somewhat standard.
Fair enough. I'll talk to the half-orc again and just say, sorry I didn't catch your name before.
I didn't give my name before. And he just stares at you.
Oh, well. I was hoping to become acquainted.
Looks at you, crosses his arms. My name is Fault. That's good enough for you.
Aye. Well, Fault. Thank you for your mead. And
You sure you don't want another?
oh, I'm sure I'll be back.
Good. I tell you what, keep an eye out for you all. As the names Susanna and Robert, say who was.
What did he say?
I keep an eye out for your Susanna and Robin. Is that their names?
Oh, right. Aye, that's their name.
You got a description of what they look like or anything?
Maybe I'll just go and get you one of those posters then. It's probably better than
Sure.
my own description.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I'll put them up in the tavern.
That's even better. Thank you, Fort.
Gives you a nod.
Yeah, and I leave and I kind of just fucking ghost. What do you call it? Gustav if he's standing by the door. Just pretend like I don't know him.
Alright. Yeah, you slip on out past Gustav. Blow by Teak too, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the shadiest character you see come out of there, Teak, is this half-orc freak who tries to blow by you.
And I'll just go grab one of those posters. If I see one close by, I'm assuming they.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of them. You find a pair.
Yeah. And I just quickly head back in and hand it over to Fault.
Alright. Yeah, he grabs them and kind of lumbers out from behind the bar. And you can see, like, he places them on the wall so that when people walk in, it's kind of like the first thing they see.
Appreciate the help, Fault.
Yeah, sure. You just keep spending money.
Oh, don't worry, I will. And
Good.
take my leave.
Alright. So, Gustav, you see Cinder walk out of the bar for a second time. And Tiki kind of, you see him go in the bar, or out the bar, then back in, and then pretty much right back out again. And he's there. What's your guys' next plan?
Teak just walks up to Cinder.
Alright, so what'd you find?
people were leaving, then it got loud and people stopped leaving. Teak not see anyone who looked like they want to hide.
Oh, what about Gustav? Where's Gustav?
Before I leave and meet up with them, could I give like a once over and see if anyone seemed to react to the Robert and Susanna name drop or seem a little flustered that there's now a poster up?
Sure, roll me a perception check. You don't notice anything too troubling. This looks like a lot of drunkards having a good time.
Cool. I will join the others.
Alright, yeah, you guys are asking where Gustav is, and then, like, a moment later, he comes through the door.
Alright, what'd you find out?
Nothing much. Didn't seem to react too much to you mentioning their names, but at least made a bunch of friends. The posters are now up. People might be a little more inclined to be looking for them.
Yeah, alright. Well, if anything...
On that... Sorry, you finish.
I was going to say, if anything... Well, if word does get out, and it goes back to Robin, they'll know that Cinder's here looking for him. Maybe he'll come out of the woodwork.
Maybe.
Anyway, what were you going to say?
Oh, could I see that poster again, Teak?
Teak pulls out the poster and very slowly, like, unfolds it with her claws and hands it over to Gustav.
I would like to, 1, see how good a likeness it is, and 2, see what the reward / condition of them is supposed to be like. Is it wanted dead or alive? Is it wanted alive?
Yeah, you look over the poster. It's wanted alive. The likeness is pretty good. I mean, it's not, like, the best thing you've ever seen. Like, it's not the fucking picture of them, but you can tell that, like, these are... Whoever got paid to do the renditions of them, was paid a good amount of money. Like, they're not cheapo posters. The reward, bringing them both back, is 2,000 each.
It's a lot of money.
Yes. I guess the other thing you do notice is, like, it only refers to them by first name, not by last name. Probably intentional.
Owain left the family name out. Around what time is it now?
I mean, it's... By the time you got to the city and everything, it's early morning. You don't know exactly what time, but you're tired as fuck. It is fully light out now. It's early in the day.
Do we see the others?
I mean, they're not far away. So yeah, if you're headed back to them, you'll find them where they were. You can tell, a lot of the fishing boats have, like, taken off and all that stuff now.
He wonder if Robin and Susanna want leave from here, but they offer a lot of money to catch them, then how do they leave?
Well, they're either paying somebody an awful lot, or they know the person that's gonna take them. Which would lead us to our next order of business, I think. And that would be to maybe check out the docks and see which ships are due to depart here from a faraway land, if you know what I mean.
Right, seems like a pretty organised place. There's some sort of ship warden or something we could talk to about that. I take a look around, see if there's like an official looking guy or little building or something.
The port district is quite large, but every so often along the port you do see that there are little they're like little shacks, like little outposts set up, and it's where people go to pay their tolls and to dock their ships and everything like that. And you can see like people are there fairly often talking to them about fees and things like that. They're kind of at the main entrances to all the ports and docks, because they all kind of like layer out. So most of the docks kind of come into one central area, and along those there's, you know, guards and these kind of wardens, if you will, of the docks. People that kind of keep all the fees and everything in check.
Might be a good place to start.
Yeah, sounds good. Shall we get the others?
I mean, we could. Not sure if it'll be that easy to bring the carriage in here.
Well, I think maybe Wayne will stay with the carriage.
So, just bring Eric and Philia then.
Right. Edric can stay there and watch the cart as well.
I'm all for bringing them, but is there a reason? Think they're better at talking?
Potentially, I suppose.
Might as well at least ask them if they want to. Let's head back.
Alright. Yeah, after a decent amount of time, Eric and Philia, you guys see Gustav, Teak, and Cinder return. And they're coming to get you.
Find out anything while you were gone?
Didn't exactly find out anything, but we made some new friends in the process.
Teak stood outside.
Yeah.
Did they have my posters around?
Yeah, we saw 'em.
Good. Many of them.
A fair bit, yeah.
Wonderful. And, you didn't find anything out?
I haven't found anyone who's seen him, at least not yet. We was gonna check at the docks to see if there was any ships leaving, and if they might know what kind of passengers they be bringing.
That is smart. But I imagine they would not give up such documents to anybody.
Right.
Well, it's not so much that we need to know who's on board. It's more that we just need to know when these ships are leaving. And then we can...
Or where they are going to.
Right. And then we can work on a timeline. How long we have.
Is it that you said Robert had unsavory connections? Is that true?
I mean, I have no reason to think he don't, but I never saw him.
Do you think there is anyone in this city that he would know?
Personally, I think if he's here and still here in the city, then yes, he must know someone. And that someone must either owe him or be very loyal to not be turning him in right now for a $4,000 gold reward.
Dangerous. Did you see anyone that could know that type of people?
I mean, yeah, I suppose. Bunch of less savory types in there.
I suppose it's like a needle in a haystack.
Right, could be anyone.
Well, what do you propose?
Well, my strategy is rustle feathers, swing around, throw shit on the walls and see what sticks.
Fair enough. You know more about this sort of thing than I do.
If anything, right now, that barkeep that I was talking to, he's either very happy to have a new customer that's willing to spend gold on his compatrons, or, which I think, he's probably talking to somebody in the back room somewhere, whispering. In any case, it'll be somebody that'll make a mistake. We just gotta see it, be around to find it, that's all.
Whispering? What do you mean? Like he knows, or he's trying to find out?
Well, depends what side he's on. But, I mean, you can't expect much from a big brawly orc fellow that runs a bar in the port district. He's probably got probably gets a lot of business through favors and things, if you know what I mean.
Never underestimate your opponent.
No, not at all.
Well, I suppose we could head to Old Cairn, unless you'd like to ask at the docks more.
I think I'd like to find out Just some information on the ships. Some of them, where they're going, when they're leaving, that sort of stuff.
Alright.
Then we can head down to the old cairn.
I will go with you.
No offense or anything, but I noticed that those posters your head put up didn't exactly have Wyvern Spear written all over them. Might be best you stay out.
You think they will recognize me?
I think that I made enough noise in that tavern that everyone there knows that I'm looking for him. And if they see you with me, and then describe my compadres to Susanna and Robin, then we'll have no hope of seeing him. However, if they see us, or they go to Robin and say, you know, Cinder's looking for yous, wants the bounty, blah 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 blah. Oh, I mean, it could lead to something. Maybe he'll reach out and say, hello, see why I'm here, that sort of stuff.
You are a smart man. Fine. I will stay here. Do what you will.
Alright. Let's go.
Who are you taking with you?
I'm gonna take Eric.
Just you and Eric?
And whoever else wants to go, but Eric mainly.
Alright. Eric? Wake up, Eric!
I'm awake.
Actually, I take the whole crew. Let's go. Let's go as a team.
Oh, wow. Are you all going?
Let's go
Yes.
together.
But we're gonna leave Wayne here alone.
Yeah. I think once Habrick sees all of you guys like getting up to go, he's like, you need my help?
Just take care of Wayne for us.
You sure? Anything I can do to help, I'll do it. I'll help you out. I can look around.
We'll probably need you a bit more in Old Cairn.
Alright.
But for now, thanks for the offer. Maybe just keep a lookout, watch around, watch the things, see if you notice anything suspicious.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep an eye out. Do my best.
Teak will salute him as she follows her friends.
He looks like a little confused for a second, but it's almost like he's livened up by it. Like he's like feels like it's more official, and he's like salutes you back. He's like, "Duh." Does it all classy. And then after that, you can see he kind of sits upright and he's like scanning, like he's like turning his head back and forth, trying to keep an eye out.
Philia will also follow, look at the exchange, giggle a little, and say at ease.
Yeah, he gives like a very firm nod, just one, and you see him relax just like a little bit. Alright. So yeah, you guys make your way as a group back into the kind of dock area. And I assume you're approaching one of these kind of booths where these people are?
Yes.
Yes. You a robot?
No.
So yeah, what are you guys doing? You approach one of these booths. There's a few people in line. Looks like they're going through papers, and you see the exchange of some money, and this dude stamps some of the papers and things like that. Writes a few things down. Eventually, you guys find yourselves at the front of the line at the booth.
I'd like to be keeping an eye on Owain and Albrecht while this is going on.
Okay. You're kind of a little bit off in the distance, keeping an eye on them. You see, like, Owain is kind of looks tired and he's leaned back, but you can see Albrecht's kind of looking out. But Owain, you can see, like, they're having a kind of conversation, but, like, Albrecht's not looking at Owain. Okay. He looks pretty emoted. Yeah. The rest of you are at this booth. A person looks to you. Coming, going, anything to claim.
Right, Eric, you're up.
Well,
Eric will walk
what is
over
it?
and be like, nothing.
What do you mean, nothing? What do you want?
What my friend means to say is, we're looking for just to get an idea of what ships are going where and when they're heading out.
Well, I'm afraid that that's confidential information. If you'd like that sort of information, you can go personally talk to the people that run the ships.
It's confidential where these ships are heading.
Indeed it is. You think I'm just going to give that sort of information to anyone off the street? Now, if you don't have any sort of official business, you can move along.
Well, hang on now. What if I want to take a charter somewhere? And, like, how would I know who to speak to who's heading in the right direction?
Well, it sounds like you better go talk to the captain of a ship.
Wait, question. I didn't write it down, but there was a place that we were told they were going. What was that place named again?
They were headed to the free plains of Ismaria.
Can you type that so I can copy and paste it into notes? Excuse me, sir. Sorry, I didn't want, we don't mean to be rude. We're just on a very tight schedule, and we gotta get to the free plains of Esmeria as soon as possible. If anything, just point us in the right direction would be great.
Make a diplomacy check. That's not bad. Free plains of Esmaria. Not too many ships going that way. When do you need to leave by?
As soon as possible. We have some friends there that are going through something.
You see him flip through a couple like sheets of paper, and he's like fingering through them, licking his finger every once in a while, and like moving through. And he starts like squinting. There's a few ships headed that way. One ship, it's a trade ship, Captain Dialia. Oh. Oh. Looks like there's some sort of... what? Interesting. Dialia Yesmij is what it looks like it says. Looks like there was some sort of error here on this paper. As far as where they are docked on the far side of the port.
Philia will kind of like scramble with her like pockets and stuff and like pull out 2 gold coins and just like place them on its desk. I'm sorry if it's not a lot, but it's the most I have. Thank you so much. As Philia's gonna like look and like wave the friends as she's gonna leave the building, looking concerned and dedicated.
Nice. He kind of looks baffled, and he's like, I can't take this money, but you're already, like, walking away. He looks to, like, Cinder and Eric, he's like, no.
Yeah, I take it. Thank you for your help. What was the error on the paperwork there?
I'm afraid that's none of your concern, sir.
Okay.
Maybe you should let your friend know that she's looking for the snowdrop.
And
she rushed off before I could even tell her the name of the ship.
yeah, she gets all full of fire when it comes to this sort of thing. That's the only one heading that way.
I didn't say that.
Oh, all right then. I will let you continue to look through to find the others then. Thanks.
Excuse me? I did your friend a nicety. I told her the boat that was leaving the soonest for the Free Plains. Now, if you'd be on your way, I'm giving you too much information already. I am not a boat charter service. That's up to the captains if they'd wish to do such a thing.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for your help, sir.
Yeah, it kind of gives you like a disgruntled nod and like waves you along. He's like, next, please.
And I turn to Eric. What the hell happened with you there? You dropped the ball.
Sorry, I just was a little bit distracted. So, the snowdrop?
Right, guess that's the ship we gotta go. That's taken out. Captain Delilah.
Delilah.
Diala. Dialala.
Dear God.
Wait, what is the name? Now I'm confused.
The name is Dialia.
Okay.
Wait, that's what I said. Delilah.
So I see the group like moving.
Yeah, you're like kind of switching between watching Elaine and the Haberk, and then you're seeing like Philia kind of rushing off, and like Cinder and Eric and Teak kind of standing there for a moment, and eventually they break off too. Are you guys headed straight towards the snowdrop? Are you following Philia, or like where?
Philia would have ran like 30 feet out of the door, so like you couldn't see me from the window, but like if you were to walk out and like walk in the direction, you would find me.
Gotcha. Did a little fake out. Alright. So yeah, I guess Gustav, you see all of them kind of not go far, and you all reconvene on the docks.
I hand Philia back her gold.
Thank you.
So, should we go visit this captain? Delilah?
Dialia?
Right.
I think we should.
All right. So you guys are gonna make your way to the far side of the docks. Just so you guys know, the docks span half the length of the city, and they're on the far side. So it'll be a bit of a trek. Maybe like a mile and a half to get there.
Damn. On the way, you just hear Cinda
Good thing we
saying,
have horses.
Dialia.
Well, are you guys going to get Owain and Haberk then, and you're all heading over? Is that the idea?
Maybe
Yes.
we shouldn't meet Dialia if she is in talks with Robin. We shouldn't bring Wyvern Spear to talk with her.
Alright, but when's she leaving?
Didn't say really. She said it was the soonest.
So we might not have time to set him up in an inn or something.
Yeah. We'll just leave him in the cart once we get there, it's alright.
I can head back then, tell him what's going on and bring him closer to the... What was the name of the ship again?
Snowdrop.
Could you point it out for me?
I've never seen the ship.
Right. Well, I'll just bring the cart in that direction then. Keep an eye out for one of you.
Why don't we just all head back to the cart and then go to the place together?
I thought we weren't supposed to bring Owain there. Or why don't we all go back to the cart, tell Owain what's going on, get closer, and then maybe split up from there.
Ah, that sounds better. Let's go.
We head back.
All right. So you guys head back to the cart to grab Owain. And it's been 2 hours, so we'll take a 10-15 minute break, and then we'll reconvene then.
Be right back.
Be right back.
Time to go get snacks. I am back.
Welcome back. Have you procured snack?
Have procured snack.
What's up, losers?
Welcome back.
Are all you chuckle fucks here or what?
I'm here.
I'm here. I just didn't respond to loser because obviously.
Sorry. Mega loser?
Thank you.
Everyone else here?
I am.
Sounds like we're missing the foreigners.
Is it Abel technically a foreigner because he's in Canada?
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
He's on the right continent.
Yeah, right. As long as there's no ocean, we don't discriminate.
Excuse me? I hear everything.
Everything except people's names.
Lila.
Yalia.
Was that Zion that spoke? Zion here? I hear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Scion.
We can start again.
Quite different.
Yeah, what's up with that?
The si-
Chuckle fuck?
The 6 a.m. Zion sounds very different to the Zion we've known to.
She didn't even have to wake up at 6. She was able to get up at 7.
Oh.
I woke up at 6.
Gosh.
Why'd you wake up at 6?
Because I wake up for work and gym at 6.
Why are you so fucking tired then?
Because I haven't drank coffee.
Why don't you drink some fucking coffee?
Because... Shut up.
You
Wow.
should get a cup of coffee if it'll
Yeah, you
help
should probably
you.
get a cup of coffee. Because you're really letting the group down right now.
No, I'm awake. I'm awake, man.
Abel's sitting there passing out on his keyboard. He's still doing more.
Hey,
I'm awake.
Is this usually when you go to sleep, Abel?
Yeah, well, earlier than this.
this is usually,
Oh no, Abel!
Oh
It's Saturday, it's fine.
this is
All
about,
right, well let's go.
this is about
Let's
the time
fuck shit
that
up so
Abel
Abel can
starts-
go to sleep.
begins to pass out drunk on his couch.
Yeah, that's the big thing. The booze is what takes him out. Alright. Well, we're all here. So you guys have gathered a little information about what ships may be going towards the Free Plains, and you've gathered that there's the Snowdrop on the far side of the port. A ship owned and captained by one Dialia Yezmij, and you've returned to the cart to update Owain on the current status. And you are now there. What's the plan?
We talked to Wayne.
Yeah, but are you guys all gonna go together, or like what are you doing?
We're gonna go halfway.
I'm gonna wait on the, like, because I know they'll be coming back down, so I'm just gonna wait along the trail where they'll come back down.
Well, the plan was for us all to go back to the cart, take the cart, like, south down to around where the boat is on the docks, and then leave the cart and walk through the docks to get there. So we might miss you if we do that.
Oh.
I mean, it sounds like at this point that you guys are just gonna stable the horses and cart. Then is that your plan, pretty much?
I think so, because our plan isn't to get on a ship. Plus, we're all super tired, so maybe it would be prudent to like set up somewhere and then have some people, like just Wayne or whatever, chill, and the rest of us try and do this.
I agree.
Okay.
I just wanted to take the cart halfway so that we didn't have to walk all the way there. Make it fast.
Well, it wouldn't be any faster. The horses only walk through the town or the city.
Oh,
No,
we
my
don't have
horse
to
will-
walk. The horses will.
My horse will sprint.
Stop trying to get us a speeding ticket.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So you guys meet with Wayne, come up with a bit of a plan. You make your way back towards the gatehouse where the stables are. Owain covers the fees to stable the horses and cart. All your stuff, well, it's none of your guys' stuff, but all the stuff in the cart's taken care of. What are you going to do now? Are you taking Owain with you to go find the snowdrop? Are you guys splitting up from Owain? Is Haberk going to stay with Owain? Is one of you guys going to go with Owain and Haberk somewhere else? What are you guys doing?
I think it's best if one person stays behind, or one or two people stay behind with Hobbit and Elaine, and then the rest of us go to meet with Snowball Lady.
Okay. Well, who's going to stay with Ewain and Haberk? And where are you guys staying? Towards the gate, or are you going to go someplace else?
Is there a place you normally go when you're here, Owain?
I don't come here too often. But, as I said before, if there were any other place you would be, it would be around Old Cairn. It's where you find other unsavory types of people.
Right. Well, we're just looking for an inn or something where we can store up the horses and that. Is Old Cairn really a good place for that?
Well, you can stable the horses in the cart at the gate. The best stables are there. Move around on foot through the rest of the city. As far as inns go, it depends on what you're looking for. I prefer the Timid branch myself. It's located in the migrant quarter, near where we are now.
The migrant quarter.
Yes.
I prefer not to go to a shady inn. Plus, we have Havrik. We need to drop him off to a decent inn so he can get a good job.
The Timid branch is not a shady inn.
Oh no, I mean, as in I was agreeing with you. I'd prefer to go there than Old Cairn.
Well, you all do as you will. I may spend the night in Old Cairn. Keep an eye out.
Well, I think that's not entirely the safest option. If you're going to Old Cairn, we might as well all go, I feel.
I agree.
I am capable of taking care of myself.
Well, on the road you got attacked. We'd rather not have that happen again.
I mean,
So
not
be it.
not that you're not capable or anything, but whatever's going after you is not normal, right?
I suppose. Would not be the first time something unnormal has happened. Plus, it caught me unaware.
Right. Well, how about we all go settle the car by the gates, and some of us get a room or two at this timid branch inn, while some others go and talk to this Captain. What was it again?
Delilah.
Right, Delilah.
Dialia.
Dialia.
Oh,
She's not a flower.
Oh, right. Dialia.
It's alright, Cinder. We've had a long night.
Where you all want to stay is up to you. I have no qualms if you wish to stay in Old Cairn with me. But do not feel you need to do it out of necessity.
alright. Who wants to go where?
Well, I don't want to separate from Ugain, but I also don't want to drop Havrik in an inn in Old Cairn.
I mean, it's fine.
That is true. We should see if we can get the boy a job at the Timid Branch.
Eric will nod. Shall half of us go do that while the other half looks for the ship?
I think that sounds good.
Gustav? Cinder?
I mean, that's pretty much my plan, right? Who wants to go where?
Oh no, then we'll all head back to the Old Cairn area after we drop off Havrik, that's all.
So, we go drop off the horses at the stable. Some of us go to the Timid Branch while the others go see this Captain Dialia. And then
Eric will nod.
we all meet up in Old Cairn somewhere.
I guess so, yeah.
We know where in Old Cairn.
There is a inn there. It's been a while, I believe. It's called the Wretched Lock Inn.
Bloody hell.
It's not a pleasant place.
What you mean, bloody hell? You been there before?
Oh no, it's just called Wretched Lock. Seems they're completely accepting of the shadiness, right?
Oh, they are. No one is forced to live in Old Cairn. It's a choice they all make of their own accord.
Well, I'm not particularly good at talking. I feel both of these sort of paths require that.
Teak won't go ship.
I think I should also go to the ship, given I was the person that frantically ran toward it.
Alright. Eric, you gonna go to the ship as well then?
I think I'm gonna go get Havrik a job.
Alright.
Ugain, do you wanna come with me?
Sure. Unless you think you will need me at the ship, but as Cinder said before, I suppose I shouldn't go with you.
Is that settled then? We've got our groups.
Except for Cinder and me. So far, pretty even split. Wherever you go, Cinder, I'll go the other.
I suppose I'll head down to the ship then.
Right then. I'm with you, Dot.
Sounds good.
All right.
To the
And
right
we're all.
chest.
Are we all going to be setting the thing up in the stable first, though, together as a group?
Yeah, you all are going to the stables first.
Let's go.
During this, Teak is going to go to Havric, and she is going to give him 10 gold without saying it. She shall just give it.
What's this?
Teak learn that Teak pay for services. You watch cart, Teak pay.
Oh no, that's not necessary. You've done me a great service just by taking me here. I can't take your gold.
Teak is gonna look at the gold and then say, "It dangerous for Teak to try to take gold back." And then she's gonna show her claws, and then she is going to end the conversation.
His eyes widen a little bit. He's like, all right, fair enough. He pockets the gold and, yeah, you guys make your way to the stable. Wayne covers all the fees and you, stable the horses and the cart's all taken care of and everything. Then I guess you guys split up. Eric, Haberk, and Wayne, as well as Gustav, are all headed to the Timid Branch, and Philia, Cinder, and Teak are headed to the Snowdrop, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, I guess, Eric and Gustav, you guys are with Habrick and Wayne, and you can see Wayne's still pretty beat up, pretty tired, but you guys kind of slowly make your way through the city, through the military quarter, on your way to the migrant quarter to find the Timid Branch, and you see there's a lot of troops here. A pretty good portion of the population seems to be made up of either soldiers or guards and things like that. They have their training grounds and barracks and things like that that you kind of get a glimpse at along the way, and eventually you pass into the migrant quarter where there's a lot more people. There's there's restaurants and inns and stuff around, a lot of people traveling, people trying to hawk wares on the side of the street and all that stuff. Until eventually you find yourselves at the Timid Branch, and the sign is this, nice sign that's being held up by this nice overhung branch. And as you walk in, things are pretty calm and clean and pristine, and you see kind of greeting you at the front is a tall elven man with a shaved head. Completely bald.
We'll
And-
walk on over.
He has his hands clasped together. And, he greets you as you approach. Welcome.
Hello, you wouldn't happen to be hiring, would you?
Hiring, you say? For what kind of services?
Anything in the inn, actually? And he's gonna, wave over at Havrick to, get closer.
Yeah, Haberk is kind of standing in the back near Wayne and Gustav, and kind of timidly comes forward and he looks to the man. He's like, "Hello there. How you do?" The elf kind of smiles and nods. "Hello."
He's got plenty of experience.
That I do. I have quite a bit of experience. Worked at a tavern almost all my life. Know how to do plenty of things. I see. And, are you looking for a job as well, sir? He looks to you, Eric.
He'll shake his head.
Ah, so you're just here for the young man.
Eric will nod.
I see. Well, I suppose I could hire you on to keep the place spick and span. As he kind of looks around, the place already looks pretty spotless. But he walks around and there's the slightest little hint of dust on one of the shelves on the wall. And he looks back to you, Eric.
Eric will just smile.
Is that all you came here for?
We'll probably be needing a place to stay later on in the week.
Ah, is that something you'd like to book now?
Eric will look back at the rest of them and be like, yeah. And he'll count on his hands how many people there are. There's 4 of us. Wait, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us?
Are you asking me?
No,
I'm afraid I don't know.
No, I'm counting. Philia, Teak, Cinder, Wayne, Gustav, and 6 of us. There's 6 of us, so 2 rooms?
Well, are you sure, Eric? Not exactly sure what's gonna happen, right?
But it's always good to have a place to stay for a bit.
I guess. I mean, if you want.
Eric will not.
Alright. 2 rooms for 6 people. And will you be, the one discussing the boy's rate? Or should I talk to him about that?
He's gonna look at Harbrick. What do you think?
Yeah, he just kind of shrugs and looks nervous. He's like, well, your aunt always paid me. I don't feel like it was enough. But whose am I to say?
What do you think, Gustav?
What about Albrecht's rate?
Yeah.
I think whatever he thinks is best.
Alright. So, what's the offer then? And, you see, after he says, what's the offer, you see this tall elven man kind of lean down and whisper into, Habrick's ear. Bloody hell. It's pretty good. I think I'll take it.
Really, Harbrick? Does it sound that good?
It sounds pretty good.
Wait, is it good compared to what you got last time, or is it good in general?
Well, it's good compared to what I got last time.
What did you get last time?
I'm gonna hustle back to Owain.
You,
You're a man of business, right?
Not necessarily this type of business.
Would you know a good rate from a bad one with someone like Alvric?
I think so.
Would you mind helping us out here? I don't think Eric and I have had this sort of employment before.
Actually, Eric used to work at an inn, but he got it under his parents' help. Never mind. Carry on.
Well, then you should know better.
He only got paid with a roof. Think. No, wait, never mind. Anyway, continue. Yes, you ain't help us.
yeah, Owain, he kind of stands up tall and he's like,
Halberg, what is the rate they are offering you?
he kind of looks back timidly to Owain's booming voice and he's like, well, they said a silver a week. I think that's pretty good, you know? And, yeah, Wayne, thinks about it for a second. It's like, looks to you, Gustav, and Eric, and he's like,
That's not bad for tavern work as an assistant.
Oh, perfect.
I think the boy will be fine.
Eric will give Havrik a pat on the shoulder.
yeah, Wayne looks to, the elf. He's like,
I appreciate you not trying to take advantage of the boy. This is nice of you.
and the elf just kind of nods and is like, it's my pleasure. Do what I can. I've been in the boy's position before. Look at me now. And he says, alright, so, 2 rooms for the week? Is that what it was?
Eric will not.
Alright, Habrook. Make your way upstairs and make sure that the first 2 rooms are clean. Your friends will be staying there.
Eric's gonna be like, yeah, Havrik, go do it. Good job. He's gonna try and cheer him up or something. I don't, cheer him on.
He was kind of a little bit out of it still. It kind of shakes himself back and around. He's like, oh, all right. I will do that right away, sir. Thank you very much. And kind of hurriedly makes his way up the stairs. Finds just disappears from you guys. Makes his way upstairs. Alright then. As far as payment goes, you looking to pay up front for the rooms? Or?
Eric will not. Sounds good to me.
Oh, alright.
Would it be alright if we started the week from tomorrow?
From tomorrow? Sure. If you pay for the week now, that will be, there's 6 of you, 2 rooms.
30 gold for the week.
Eric will nod and hand it over. Here you go.
Yeah, he takes it from you. And, says, alright then. Is there anything else I can do for you all, or will I see you tomorrow?
You'll see us tomorrow.
Very well. I'll take good care of your friend.
Thank you so much.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you. If you don't see us tomorrow, just keep the rooms open. We'll still show up eventually.
It gives you a nod. Yeah.
Alright. And he's gonna like yell, "Goodbye, Havrick! We'll see you tomorrow!"
Yeah, you just kind of hear him from upstairs like, bye!
Alright, let's go, guys.
Alright. So you, Gustav, and Owain make your way out of the inn. Where are you guys going now? Which plan?
The shady place?
Oh, you're gonna head straight to Old Cairn?
Yeah.
Snap Rizzo for Shizzo. Alright. So you guys start making your way there.
Actually, if we find food on the way there, we'll probably have to go eat because these guys are dead tired. They might as well get some food energy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you guys probably find a couple food stalls. Owain will buy you a meal. He gets like a giant fucking turkey leg or some shit. He's just chowing down on it. Dude's starving. So yeah, you guys take a little break. Get some grub.
We'll buy some for the other guys as well.
Really? Because you're probably not going to see him for a while.
Or like when we walk over there, like we'll just have food ready for them, you know? We'll just like carry a lunchbox for them.
And you're going to have a lunchbox with you as you go into Old Cairn. You're just begging for somebody to take your lunch money.
Okay, fine, we won't take a lunchbox.
I'm just kidding. That's fine. If that's what you want to do. Wayne's not going to carry it around, but sure, you can buy, you can get extra food and carry it around like a freak.
Yes. We're on our first school trip.
All right. Cinder, Philia, and Teak. You guys find yourselves walking through this port district for a good amount of time. I mean, the ship's at the other end of the port. Probably takes you a good, like, I don't know, probably like 45 minutes or some shit to walk all the way to the other end of this port. Just because there's so many people going around.
Right.
Can't really walk straight line or anything. So yeah, eventually though you guys find yourselves in the far side of the port, and you can see, like, as you're moving through the city, you know, you're kind of passing alongside the different districts of the city, and, like, you know, you see the similar things with, like, the military quarter and things like that, and, like, eventually you find yourselves, like, passing by this big market area and all these other things, but eventually where the ship is supposed to be, you kind of find yourselves near this like district of just these big warehouses. It looks like it's just all storage and trade goods and things like that, just where they take everything that they unload from the ships and all that stuff. So what's your plan? You guys just gonna kind of try and look around until you find the snowdrop, or what? Are you gonna ask around, or?
We can ask around.
Alright, you just asking random people on the street or what?
Anyone that looks like a sailor, captain, person or other, that looks like they know ships.
Any person like a sailor captain type person that looks like they know ships. Well, there's a bunch of people around here that look like they know ships. A lot of people going in and out, walking around. It's a busy area. I mean, you could also try and find one of the other little booths where the keepers of the port are. Little port hand people. It's up to you guys. I don't know. You're playing the game. What do you guys want to do?
Is there something that's slightly taller that he could climb upon to get a better vantage point?
The warehouses aren't super tall. I mean, truthfully, the tallest that you could probably climb upon is if you were to go try and climb on one of the ships, you could climb up the mast of the ship. That'd probably be the tallest thing around.
Right, and how socially acceptable is it to climb up the mast of a ship?
To randomly jump on a ship that you have nothing to do with or don't own or are not part of the crew is not generally smiled upon.
Perfect. Teak is gonna start walking towards the ship.
Alright, so you guys are kind of like, you've made it to this area and you're all looking around and you kind of just see Teak start breaking off, like walking towards the edge of the water or edge of the pier.
Philia?
Philia's gonna
where's Teak?
Never mind. I was gonna say Philia pretends she doesn't see, but I guess not. Teak, where are you going?
Teak, climb that. And then she points at a tall mast. Teak, see better up there. It like tree, but no branch.
Philia is just gonna be like, oh, no, Teak, people don't really like others climbing upon their tree, you know? It's kind of like marked as their territory. It would be like if someone climbed up your tree in the woods. Very disrespectful.
Teak would enjoy visitors in Teak Tree. No one want climb Teak Tree.
Well, these people are like squirrels. Like they have their own tree, and if anybody comes close, they start biting it.
Teak seems to nod in understanding, and then slowly begins to make her way back to Cinder and Philia. But damn if it wouldn't have been amusing if you just let her climb the damn mast.
I was going to, and then act surprised and be like, oh no, sorry, my friend just started climbing your mast. Also, do you know where the snowball is?
Snowdrop?
Snowdrop?
The snowball.
You know, Captain Delilah Snowball.
Giving hostess the true plug here.
Dialia and the Snowdrop.
See, everybody's messing up the complicated name. I'm messing up the simple name, okay? Very on brand. Okay, so we're gonna walk up. Does anybody look, while we're walking to the captain there, is there anybody that else, like, wearing important looking hats and, like, a uniform thingy?
Like as in someone that works at the pier?
Yeah, is anybody, like, doing stuff at the pier that they look like they would know where a ship is?
I mean, like, there's the thing where you, like, talk to that dude and stuff. Like, those things are around.
But there's no just, like, random sailors, like, walking about, coming home from their work day.
I mean, there's definitely random sailors around, for sure.
Can I stop by, like, if there's a group of sailors that look like they're, like, walking, just, like, stumble to them and just be like, hey, excuse me, do you know where, Captain Dialia is, the Snowdrop?
You stop by like one group of sailors and kind of just shrug at you.
Do you know where I would go to find someone that would...
Yeah, you, talk to the registrar. Might be able to tell you where the ship is. Or if you'll find yourself at, local tavern or something, might find a captain there. You looking for a specific ship then?
Yeah, the Snowdrop, captained by Dialia.
Yeah, afraid I'm not sure what ship that is, but, yeah, you find the registrar. They should have a list of all the ships and such.
Thank you so much. Question, was the register the person that I lied to?
Yeah, but there's more than one.
Okay, we go to another one.
Since the pier is so, the docks are so large, so there's many people. They each have their own sections of the pier. Okay, so you find the nearest registrar. This time, once again, you wait in line for a couple seconds, but eventually you find yourselves face to face with this dude in his little tricorn hat. How can I help you?
Hi, do you know where the Snowdrop would be, captained by Dialia?
Are you looking to take passage on that ship?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Yeah, of course. If you head to the end of the pier there, right over there, and he's like leaning out the little thing and pointing.
Dialia will also lean to look out of the window and join him.
Yeah. You see where I'm pointing right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. The ship behind that one, that's the Snowdrop. It's kind of hard to see, because that ship is big. But behind that one right there, you'll find the Snowdrop.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, big white sails. It's hard to miss. Just it happens to be in a bad spot right there.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. One more question. I kind of missed the departure time and all of that. Do you know what time it's leaving?
I'm afraid I don't have all those details. You probably have to talk with the captain about that.
Okay, if she's not on the ship, do you know where she might be?
That's another question that I don't quite have the answer to.
Is there a local tavern that
There are a few taverns around that they seem to go to, but couldn't tell you which one. But if I remember correctly, they were loading up, so chances are she's probably on the ship.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
She's gonna look to the rest of the group. Come on, guys.
Follow.
Alright. So you guys bob and weave your way through the pier. And eventually find yourselves at the Snowdrop. It's like a medium-sized kind of trade vessel. Not the biggest ship you've ever seen, but it's not necessarily like small by any means. And you can see it's got like large white sails. They're all rolled up right now, but pretty standard trade ship. And on the back, of course, is the Snowdrop. And at this point, you can see they have a wooden arm swung out over the side, and they're like hauling just stacks of stuff up into the ship. Just like crates and barrels full of stuff and pallets full.
I'll like go by like one of the workers and just say like, "Excuse me, do you know where the captain is?"
Captain, she's up top right now.
Okay, thank you so much. As Philia's gonna beeline it up top.
All right. So yeah, you make your way to the side and up the gangplank, onto the ship, and you can see that there's a large half-orc fellow that stops you as you make your way onto the ship from the gangplank. And he doesn't say much, but before he even is able to say anything, you can hear a voice kind of come in from the distance.
Does the voice say anything?
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted for a second. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you hear a voice in the distance. I don't think I know you. What brings you to my ship?
Oh, hi. I come from, I forgot what was the town called. The
Farham?
Farham.
My god. Impressive.
Hi, I come from Farhelm, and, I had a friend that was beelining it to, the free plains of Esmaria.
Oh my Jesus.
Esmaria?
Esmaria.
Good lord. So you're saying all this, and it's at this point, like, you kind of heard the voice, but you didn't see the figure, and at this moment, behind, like, they just finished loading up one of these stacks of goods, and out from behind it comes this kind of tall, slender, elvish woman. She's got pretty dark skin and, like, dark, blackish hair, and she's got a cloak draped over her shoulders, connected by like a chain, but it's just kind of slung over her shoulders. She's got a nice fancy sword at her side with long like black boots and lots of buckles and belts and all that stuff, and like a blue sash hanging off the side of her belt. Bright blue eyes. And she approaches you from the side. Sorry, you said you are from where?
Farhelm.
And you are looking for a passage to the free plains of Esmaria?
I wanted to see if, basically we're following a friend, to the free plains of Esmaria, and we don't know what ship they are gonna be departing on. We didn't work things out ahead of time, so we're just frantically trying to get to see them again. Would you know of Robert?
Sorry, Robert? That name does not ring a bell with me.
What about a girl named Susanna?
I think I know a girl named Susanna. Not anyone who is going on the ship, though.
How do I... Is she lying? Can I do the thingy where I can...
Can you do the thingy?
Sense motive.
Insight?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
sense
can do
motive.
sense motive. You don't seem like there's no reason to think she'd be lying. She's just saying that she knows someone named Susanna.
The person that you know, Susanna, is she... And I'll describe what Susanna looks like.
No, does not sound like her.
I'll look like very disappointed and just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry for bothering you and your busy workers. Here," and I'll give her like 5 gold and just say like, "I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Take this as compensation. I'm sorry." As Philia's just gonna also like, "Do you know any other ships that might be going to the Free Plains?"
I'm afraid that other ships' business is not quite my concern.
Okay, I understand.
I apologize, but you do not need to pay me. Once again, though, I am not explicitly aware of every person that is going onto my ship. So, that is not to say that whoever you're looking for is not going to be here.
When... And then Teak pauses. Hi, name Teak. When do you leave to Esmaria?
So, well, it will probably be the rest of today that we spend loading the ship and getting everything in order. I think tomorrow, early afternoon, we will try to set sail.
Early morning tomorrow?
Early afternoon.
Teak nods. Thank you. If not know anyone named Robin or Susanna, is there maybe other couple on coming?
I believe there is at least one couple.
Teak nods.
But that is not unusual.
Is it okay if, in case friends are on boat, if Teak and friends come to see boat off to say goodbye if they are on boat?
If that is what you would like to do, that is entirely up to you. I have no control over who is around the pier when they want to be.
Teak nods and say, okay, Teak will be here in case friends here. And then she pauses. If you do see couple who want passage to Esmaria and they look like, and then she's gonna pull out the poster.
Oh no.
And then she's gonna say, can you tell them friend Teak wants say goodbye and Teak will be at pier before they leave?
These are your friends.
Teak nods.
2,000 gold. It's no small sum of coin.
Teak shrugs and she goes, Teak not worried about money. Teak just wants to see friend. Make sure friend okay before they go.
Is that a fact?
You know the captain's gonna try and give them up, you know that, right?
Teak nods. Out of character, I don't think Teak would necessarily know that she's ratting them out. Also, if they're posted all over the city, she probably would have seen them already. Maybe. Anyway, then Teak says, so, yes, if see them, let know. Friend Teak here. Thank you.
Friend. And you are sure that you are not trying to find him for 2,000 gold?
Teak not know much about money or care much about money. Teak just want make sure they okay and make sure they happy.
That is very interesting. What if you give me the gold and I give you your friends?
It's not us that are giving the reward, nor is it us that are seeking the reward, so I'm sorry if that disappoints you.
Oh, who is seeking them?
I cannot say. I don't know any specific people. We just wish the best and hope you do too.
I see. So the best is for them to not go to the free plains of Ismaria. Is that what you're telling me?
Teak think best thing is make sure healthy, safe, happy.
We just want to make sure that them going to the free plains is what they want and they're not doing it out of fear or necessity.
So, what you are saying is you want me to pass up 4,000 gold so that you can do the right thing.
Teak just nods.
It's very interesting.
Let's say we do know. 'Cause I can't excuse my friend's actions of showing you that poster. Let's say that we do know who's giving out the gold for their safe return. Keyword safe return. We can only speak that they will be very happy to see them again, unharmed and unscathed.
So does that mean that if I give them to you, then that I get the 4,000 gold?
Again, it is not us that are seeking the reward. We are just seeking our friends to bid them adieu.
Well, all I am saying is that if I know there's 4,000 gold on the line, I may want to look a little harder, understand?
We will see what we can do about payment if you do seem to find them.
Well, why should I give them to you? If this person wants to see them so badly, why not give them to the proper channels and claim my reward?
But what if that not what our friends want?
Is that what you are telling me to do?
Teak not want friends captured. Teak just want to see friends. She's looking at Philia and she's very confused.
Celia's gonna put a hand down to Teak and just say, we're not gonna play dumb. We know who will give the reward, which is not us, and we cannot give that to you. But let's say you do tell us where they are. We will get the person with the gold to you in order to meet our friends. Does that
Is the
sound like
person
good fare?
Your work friend that is not said a word?
Teak turns and looks at Cinder, who is just standing there.
Cinder, I need help. Philia doesn't know how to deal with this sort of talk.
Well, I just look to Teak, and then I look back to the captain. If you let us know where they are, and it leads us to them, or if you have them, then one way or another, we'll get you your 4,000 gold.
One way or another. You know I will not accept any sorts of payment plan, correct?
Oh, I agree.
Alright. Well, maybe I can help you find your friend. Or friends. Not making any promises.
It would be suspicious if you were.
I will ask around. Look into a few things.
Well, thank you.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's about it. We'll stop by tomorrow morning.
Is there anything else I should know about your friends?
He points to the picture of Robin and says, "This one, funny." And she points to a picture of the one with Susanna, and she goes, "This one, nice."
Good to know. Well, I'm afraid we have a lot of work to do. If you wouldn't mind.
Philia will leave you to it, as Philia will give, like, a sassy curtsy and walk away.
Alright. So you guys make your leave of the snowdrop.
Yes, and as they walk away, Teak turns to Philia and Cinder. Teak confused. Teak thought we helping friends.
We are helping friends, but you can't show people the wanted poster or else they're gonna want the money more than they want to help us, Teak.
But how you talk make it seem like we going to make Susanna go home. But that not what Susanna wanted. Teak thought we just helping Susanna dad see Susanna because we want to make sure she's okay.
I had to use hyperbole language in order for the captain to leave us alone. If next time she was let's just say the captain was very infatuated with the idea that she would get 4,000 gold and wouldn't be happy to help us without any guarantee of that gold going away.
Deke's eyes kind of narrow.
I want the best for Susanna too. And Philia's gonna pull out her like little handbook which she wrote like pseudo policy proposals and plans. I even planned out an entire list if in case Susanna wanted to be a politician.
Very nice.
Deke feels suspicious.
Suspicious. All right, where are you guys going now that you've done your deed on the snowdrop?
Heading to Old Cairn. Old Cairn.
All right. So everybody's gonna meet up in Old Cairn. Gustavo, Eric, you guys make your way through the city, and you see a good portion of it. You pass through a good chunk of districts on your way to Old Cairn. You pass through the Grand Bazaar. You see all the crazy shops and markets and everything on your way there. You can see the 3-tier heart of the city, where the spires that shoot up into the sky are, hidden behind these large walls. And you pass through the residential district and the foreign quarter where a lot of different people live. And like as you're kind of moving through the city, you see things are getting a little less nice the closer you get to Old Cairn, especially like the foreign quarter. You see a lot of non-humans and different types of people have kind of congregated to the foreign quarter. And things are like a little bit more run down than different parts of the city. But eventually, as you make your way further and further through the foreign quarter, you find yourselves entering Old Cairn. And at this point, you can see it's a pretty different type of area. It's almost like the ruins of what Cairn once was. It's run down, and you can see like the land is eroded there around the river that runs right by it. And like inside the river, you can see some buildings like emerging, and you kind of get this sense that at some point maybe some sort of natural disaster occurred that destroyed part of Cairn, and that was the stuff that was left, and now it's kind of gone underwater. But there's still a gate that leads out of Old Cairn and into the wilderness, and there's still guards stationed around Old Cairn. But for the most part, it's kind of its own little district, left off by itself, the place where the undesirables are, and people that don't want to be there, and it's not well maintained, and it's run down, and there's old shops there, and like a lot of the beggars and peasants and stuff like that, and people. It's like it's not all fully finished stone. Like there's a lot of the earth and the dirt and everything coming through the ground. It's not well maintained. People are living in tents along the area and things like that. But eventually, as you guys are passing through Old Cairn, you find yourselves at this kind of rundown tavern. The sign is kind of like lopsided and hanging by one hook. And you have arrived at the Wretched Lock Inn. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, I suppose we should see about getting some rooms for the night, right?
I think so.
And yeah, guys kind of move on into the tavern, and you can see it's pretty empty, pretty run down. There's like water damage in the wood on the inside, and lit by a couple candles, and there's some regulars in there, but it's kind of just drab and dreary and gray inside. And there's a an older dwarven woman. She's got an eye patch on, who looks like she's kind of running the tavern. But at this point, she doesn't really have any customers, so she's just over by the bar with her feet up on the table, kind of lounging.
Right. I suppose I'll get us some rooms then. Should we
Derek
get
will follow him along. Follow
We
after
get-
him.
2 again?
Derek will not.
Right, hello there.
Why, hello there. What can I do for you?
My friends and I, some of which aren't here right now, we're hoping to get some rooms for the night.
Rooms for the night, you say?
Yeah.
Sure. That's unusual. How many rooms are you looking to have?
2, but what you mean unusual?
Well, don't know if you've seen where you are lately there.
Alright,
Not too many people looking to stay in this part of town.
that's fair.
Okay, well, how many of you are there and how many rooms?
6 total for 2 rooms.
All right, 2 rooms. 6 total. Yeah, that'll be a gold a day.
Right then, let's call this the first day then. And I will hand her a gold.
All right. Well, I'll take that. And your rooms are upstairs. Feel free to find them.
Any keys or nothing?
Afraid not. Most of the wood's rotted out anyways. Don't really matter.
Right, well, how we know what rooms is ours?
Well, whichever one doesn't have anybody in it, feel free to take it.
Right. Well, thanks.
You're most welcome. If you like anything to eat or drink, yeah, feel free to let me know.
You do meals here?
I suppose you could call them that. Gotta have something.
Right, that's true. Well, thanks again.
Yep. She just gives you like a nod.
Go back to the others. Well, I sorted some rooms, but ain't no keys. They're supposed to go up and find some rooms that don't got people in them.
Hmm. Well, it seems as if old Karen is still old Karen. Shall we make our way upstairs then?
Right, we could. I might settle down here for a bit till the others come. Just so they know where we are upstairs, right?
Sure.
But yeah, if you two want to go up, lay some claims.
I think I need to get some rest, so I will find a room.
Good thinking.
Yeah. Wayne makes his way upstairs, and like as he does, it's like some heavy creaking from the stairs. It almost sounds like they're gonna snap under the weight of Wayne, but he makes it upstairs.
Heading up too, Eric.
Eric will nod.
Alright. Have some good sleep then.
Oh, yeah, young man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let me know if you see any rats up there. They say they're the ones that are supposed to be carrying the disease. I'll come get rid of them for you.
What disease?
A disease? It's been going around, Cairn. You really aren't from around here, are you?
No.
Why do you think the city's so empty?
Didn't seem that empty.
I suppose if you never saw it before.
Just,
Lots of people headed out. Places like Farhelm. Get out of here.
so,
What disease?
Don't really know how it works. People go missing. End up dead. Whole lots of them. Bad for business.
And it's only an old cat?
No, it's around the whole city. Lots of people just like to pretend it's not happening, though.
what you mean they go missing?
Well, usually. Seems like it does something to the brain. People kind of go haywire. Usually wash up somewhere. Not too long after. There's a doornail.
These people, when they sort of go all loony, they're violent.
Ah, don't rightly know. Haven't seen it personally. It wouldn't surprise me. I've heard story of such things.
Any, like, physical, ailments, like sores or something? Or is it all just in how they act?
I usually get some sort of sores, lethargic. It comes on over time. Bumps and weird things on them. I've seen it happen fast, though, too. You have to live every day like it's your last.
Right.
You never know. But like I said, if you see anything strange up there, just let me know. I'll try and get rid of it for you.
Right. Eric, mind telling Wayne before he falls asleep?
I will.
Thanks.
So, young fella, you hadn't heard of that? Did you hear about this thing that happened in Firehelm the other day?
What have you heard?
A bunch of people went loony. Started attacking each other.
You think it's the same disease?
Could be. I don't rightly know. You heard anything about it? I imagine if you're all travelling into Cairn, you may have come through Firehelm, right?
I think we must have just missed it.
Ah. Probably for the best. Stuff like that. Sounds like a nasty sort of business. Heard tales of one person there. Cut down slews of people.
Did they catch him?
Don't think so. Said there's explosions going off and everything. Don't know if it was the same person.
Well, let's hope they got him, yeah.
Yeah, you hope so. Bastard like that. Crazy. Said he was like an animal.
Yeah. Maybe he was spreading the disease, just like those rats.
You know, that's not a bad point. Something weird like that. Maybe he had something to do with it. Sounds like a nasty sort of business.
Definitely agree to that. Got anything to drink?
Oh, I've got plenty to drink. It's the only way I keep my tavern open anymore. What would you like?
Whatever you have.
Sure. First one's on me there, son. That's for being a good customer. She kind of takes her feet down off the table and walks over to the bar and pours a big old mug of ale, puts it down in front of you.
Thanks.
No problem. So, judging by the look of you, I feel like you could afford to stay other places. Why are you staying here? Did you do something wrong?
Could say that. Bit of a bind, trying to find some people to help us out of it.
Oh yeah? And what's the problem?
Problem is, we was meant to rescue someone, right? But we sort of ended up helping kidnap her, I think. I don't really understand it all. I'm going pretty hard on this thing, by the way.
Sure, yeah, you're glugging it down, slugging it. Sounds like quite a mess. But judging by that weapon you have there, I imagine you're quite used to messy situations. That's quite the sword.
Yeah, well, gets the job done, I suppose.
I suppose it does. Not too many adventurers come around here anymore.
I think it's because of the disease.
Probably. Although I feel like if you're an adventurer, you're risking your life every day anyways. What's a bit of disease?
Alright. If not the disease, then why the shortage of adventurers then?
It's a great question. One that I wonder quite often. I think there's just less people in Cairn now. Less jobs to be done. Less adventurers needed.
Makes some sort of sense to me.
So you're looking for someone then? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Who exactly are you looking for?
The man's by the name of Rob and woman named Susanna. You might have seen their posters around.
Posters, eh? Posters don't stay up very long in Old Cairn. But it sounds somewhat familiar. Is it a younger couple?
Yeah.
Large reward for him.
Yeah, Robin's got dark hair. Susanna's got long blonde hair.
Aye, yeah. Poster says they're missing. But, don't know how two people like that go missing and there's a 2,000 gold reward for each one of them. Is that what you mean when you said complicated?
Yeah.
So what's the deal with them then? Running away? Somebody looking for him?
Yeah, listen, I think I'm not supposed to talk about it, but have you seen him?
I don't think I have. But it looks like you're almost done with that drink there. Would you like another?
Please.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to charge you for these next ones. I'll open up a tab for you. Looks like you're not gonna be done anytime soon.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah, she, walks behind the counter again and gets another mug of ale and takes her old.
Right. Start drinking that one every now and then. Look to the door, see if I can catch sight of Cinder and the others.
Yeah. You're in there for like a little bit. Maybe you get through like one more ale. Are you gonna have another after that?
I think if we've stopped talking about certain things, I'll have calmed down a bit, so I'll probably slow down.
Okay. Well, around the time you're getting to the bottom of your second ale, Teak, Philia, and Cinder probably walk in. And, I think the lady, she doesn't like get up or anything. She just looks to you. Friends of yours.
Yeah, the others I was talking about.
I see. Well, welcome.
Any luck?
Cheek waves.
Somewhat.
Seems like we got in more trouble than able to find information.
Like, serious trouble, we need to move.
No, not that kind of trouble. The person we asked for help was too focused on the reward than the help.
Yeah, I think that rewards might be complicating things even more. It's a lot of money.
if you don't mind me asking. Who was it that you talked to?
What was the name? Captain.
Wait. Can I sense motive? Why does she want? Does she look like she's asking to help us, or like asking to like get a reward?
She looks like she's asking to help. I don't know, roll me a sense motive.
Is she twirling her mustache?
She is twirling her mustache. She looks like she's just curious.
Oh, okay. Captain.
Dialia.
Dialia of the Snowdrop.
Oh. Doesn't sound familiar to me. Unfortunately. Can't help you. Sorry.
Well, I think we've done enough for today. We should really get some rest. The rooms are upstairs. Just look for the one that has Eric or Wayne in them.
What time is it currently? Like, how
It
much time
is currently...
Early afternoon or something.
Yeah, early afternoon.
We've been up for some crazy amount of hours.
Yeah, guys been up for a while.
Sounds good. We have to wake up early tomorrow. We're gonna go see a ship off. That's going to the Free Plains.
Seems easy enough. Probably wake up in the middle of the night anyway.
Sounds good. As Vilia's gonna go and get her nap / sleep, whatever comes.
All right. You head upstairs. Teak, Cinder, Gustav. What are you guys doing?
We're gonna talk to Wayne.
I'm gonna crash.
All right. Gustav's going to sleep. Cinder, Teak.
I'm gonna
Teak.
get a bit of quiet time with Gustav before he crashes.
Okay.
How romantic.
Teak, sensing the romantic tension, is going to go upstairs, and she is going to go onto the floor and sleep, with the intent
Alright.
of getting up in the middle of the night to help Wayne or whatevs.
Cool. Did you say Eric is trying to chat up Elaine? Is that what you're
Yeah.
doing? Okay. Well, we'll have that conversation next week. But before we end, Cinder and Gustav, what's going on? Cinder pulls you to the side as you're headed upstairs, Gustav.
Right. About our little transaction today. Well, not real. Let me just bring you up to speed. So, if this Captain Dialia does come through and find something for us, well, unfortunately, we are going to have to turn them in, regardless of what happens, which means Teak is not going to take this very well at all. You see, Teak is having a very hard time of trying to understand exactly what we're doing here. And she feels that this whole thing is about her trying to say goodbye to her friends. Do you understand what I'm saying, Gustav?
Yeah, I think so. It makes sense that she doesn't really understand, but
Right.
I feel real sorry for her, you know? Seems like ever since we got involved, things just keep getting worse.
Well, I know she's a nice lass, you know. She's got a good heart and all that. But I don't think she quite understands the entire situation we're in here. You know,
Or do you?
well, I mean, with Wayne and his daughter and everything. And with us, involved in the middle of it all.
I know
We're
that,
no
but
longer in a position where we can just up and leave and let them go. Wayne's made that pretty clear.
well, this whole thing started because we were in a position where we couldn't leave, and then we left, right?
It's always how it is. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
It's just a way of it, I think.
But I guess what I'm really saying is be prepared to make a real hard choice. It's going to upset Tika quite a lot.
A choice? What you thinking of? You thinking of letting him go again?
No, I'm not thinking of letting them go at all. Quite the opposite, actually. I'm thinking whatever we do to get Wayne and his daughter in the same room, that's what I'm willing to do. And if that means selling out Robin and Susanna, then I'm gonna do it.
I mean, I trust Wayne, but even if we do trust him, Susanna's not going to be happy. They should be safe. I don't know what's going to happen to Robin.
Well, that's another thing. Hopefully we've put in a pretty good case for Robin, so maybe Wayne's not that hell-bent on, kicking his ass.
Right. I feel there's still a lot of unknowns here. Might as well hope for the best.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll all just get along. I'll move back to Farhelm.
Yeah, well.
Nice little family again.
Yeah. Well, either way, if the captain does help us and it leads us to him, then we're going to have to mosey up 4,000 gold. I give Gustav a tap on the back and head upstairs.
What? 4,000 gold?
Yeah, that's right. What Philia was saying, Captain's more interested in the gold. So, it is what it is. That's the reward.
Oh yeah, it's not a reward we promised.
Nope, but it's what we promised the captain.
Well, I mean, that's Wayne's money, right?
Well, here's the thing. I'm thinking if it does go down that road, then technically Captain found him. Captain gets the reward, right?
Oh, you mean we wouldn't get paid from Wayne?
Right.
I see. Well, I mean, we did save his life. Imagine he'll treat us alright.
Right, we'll see. I just hope we don't have to mosey up that coin on our own.
Not that we could.
So what's doesn't matter. Guess we'll talk in the morning, eh?
Right, I'm beat.
And we head to the bedroom.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you guys have your discussion. You make your way into the room and get some sleep, and we'll find out what Owain and Eric were talking about next week. Is everyone good for next week?
I'm good for the same time next week.
Do we want to do the same time next week? Did this work for everybody?
Yeah. Like at least for
Patrick, do you
me.
still have next week off from your other